I hate you.
Most people do. They should.
That totally threw me off. What is up, Junkie
awesome.
Nation? Kishiro here with episode 260 of Culture Junkies Live. Thanks to this hater over here, GQ, that totally threw me off my game. I had a nice intro even in my head, but now I got to wing it. So today we're talking creative photography with a good friend that kind of a former panelist, almost a returning panelist, Sabrina from the Perry Lego Adventures. Thank you very much for being in studio with us today for the first time.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this is great. I'm glad to be back. Yeah, thank you for inviting me because this will be fun. I think all the culture junkies will benefit from toy photography.
I think they will too, because there's been a lot of really great stuff out there. Yourself, of course, included in that conversation, and of course, on the show with me today, sitting across from me is the dapper one GQ, wearing the nice champion polo with Culture Junkies logo on it.
Of course, so and she gets shaken by Lego references.
I mean, dog, I didn't expect that. It was just everything was
everything is awesome.
Anyway, and of course, to the right of me is the great Adequiji. What's up?
Hello, everybody. This is gonna be great, man.
Yeah, it is. I want to say hello to Drist, and I want to say hello to Nada and Amora. Thank you for being here. Obviously, also Wolf is in the house as well. We're gonna have a great time talking today. So we're gonna have a real brief run the gamut real quick. So do you have anything, GQ?
I do.
All right,
apparently Universal decided to drop the Fast 9 trailer, or Furious 9, whichever it's called, this morning, and they're taking a page out of Warner Brothers' book and putting way too much in the trailer. Like
cars in space.
So,
like, come on, man.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, wait till the show is over.
Really?
Go watch the trailer.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they overdid it.
It's crazy. What about you, Dado?
I haven't seen much of anything at all that's relative that I could be speaking of that I could call off the top of my head at the moment because I don't know.
That's fair. See, to keeping it short and sweet.
Yeah.
So actually, I had something today. So
you sure you remember it after everything is awesome?
You know what? You aren't kidding, because now I'm kind of drawing a blank now. I kind of don't fully remember, but what I was going to bring up, but I thought it was something really interesting. You know what? I'll just save it for the power.
I'll help you real quick because you got a shirt on that's related to something that's interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Chun-Li and Ryu are going to be Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's it. That was very interesting. Why did I forget about it?
That is one thing, yes. The crossover with
Mighty
Rangers
Power
Battle for the Grid.
Yeah, Battle for the Grid,
Super Nerd
yes.
Plus will be all over that.
Yes, you will. And so will Marcus Superior Pryor. They're drooling over themselves.
I'm probably going to have to buy that game. Yeah, I don't have it. I played it on the Game Pass. That's how I played it, but I didn't buy it. So I don't have it. Technically, it is on my Xbox, but I can't play it because I'm not at Game Pass anymore.
Okay. The year is up already?
Yeah, the year was up. It was 2019.
Oh.
It ended in February.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
It ended in February, and I said I'm not paying $14.99 a month. Not doing it.
I don't blame you. Well, I think we should introduce Sabrina properly. With,
yes, we should.
Some look at her.
So we
awesome
have
work.
we have a nice little roll-in intro for her. So producer, please hit the video player and show it. That is all of her own work. Sabrina Perry, who tell us a little bit briefly about the Perry Lego Adventures, how long you've been doing it, and kind of what got you into it.
So I've been the Perry Lego Adventures since 2015. 2015. What happened, it was an accident.
All good things usually are.
That's true, and I think a lot of toy photographers kind of don't mean to start out they don't really consider some toy photographers at first. You kind of just grow into it. It's one of those hobbies where It's like Pringles. Once you pop, the fun doesn't stop, and you just.
I've never been into Pringles like that, so I
Okay.
can't relate. But
Yeah,
I know, but I get you.
But
I
yeah,
like
once,
some
basically
Pringles,
once
too.
you get like that itch to start taking photos of your toys, then you just
Sure.
can't stop.
Okay.
And then you just get more and more ideas based on whatever thing that you were into as a child or what you're into now. And whenever you see something, you're just like, oh, I gotta take a picture of that.
Okay.
Like, oh, this new Batman figure, I gotta take a picture of Batman. What happened was, the first year I was married to my husband, it was Christmas. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna get him for Christmas. I wanted to give him something special for our first Christmas married. So Ryan, my husband, is a lot more romantic when it comes to like giving gifts, and I was like, okay, I gotta think of something cool.
Doesn't that suck? Like, really? You know, when you're married, you're like, I don't know what to get. You know?
Yeah, it's totally one of those like you feel no pressure for that at all. You shouldn't feel pressure for that, but like this is one of those like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I want to give him something cool. And so when we were dating, even though I am like a photographer and I've been taking pictures like my whole life, we never really took pictures when we were dating. I'm not like a selfie kind of person. I'm not the like, hey, let's take a picture like cheese.
Right.
It's more like, I like usually when you're dating, there's no third wheel like taking pictures of you. So like we never took pictures dating because I'm not like and he's not the kind of person who will be like, let's take a selfie. So I thought, hey, let me just do this thing. I was like kind of looking through Pinterest, like going online, and I saw these photos of this guy named Andrew White. So this photographer named Andrew White, who's not really a toy photographer. He's more of a long exposure photographer. He takes pictures of like long exposures, but he was taking a little signature figure of himself to all the places that he was going, and it's kind of like that Flat Stanley thing where you bring to all the places that you're going. Well, I thought, oh hey, I can do this. I'll get a couple of Lego figures that look like me and my husband, and I'll take it to all the places that we went on dates and like all the significant places that we went together. And while I was doing that, it was just fun. And my sister was like, oh, you know what? You should take pictures of you and Ryan, like, other movies, too, because that would be pretty funny. And, like, it so happened to be, like, some sort of significant number for, like, Dirty Dancing. And so I took a picture of, like, that like lift. I took the lift, and then I was like, oh, I'll do Forrest Gump. That seems simple enough because I didn't really have a lot of Lego. I just had the two little figures, so I was like, whatever I have. Oh, this kind of looks like a bench. I'll
make it work.
Yeah, I'll make it work.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I was like, okay, this is just really fun. And I just kept going, and I never stopped.
Okay.
That's nice.
GQ.
No, realistically, I'm looking at the photos that you did send us, and then also on your Instagram. I love the creativity, the use of light, the use of scale, because that's one of the things that I've noticed with just anything that has to do with toys is scale is always the tricky part, because it's like, even though like we were talking earlier, you have like Hot Toys, you have various things, and those of course are 6 scale and larger and smaller, but then you go into like Lego and they're like really, really tiny.
Yeah.
But to make it in the way you get them in there, and it's like, oh, that still looks awesome. The way you use your scale, use your perspective and everything.
So one of the things that always stuck out to me as a kid is like, I remember my god brother had a Hobby Japan, and Hobby Japan always had these really intricate looking dioramas.
Okay, yeah.
Like with the Gundams, and some of the Gundams had like battle damage and stuff like that. Was that kind of what you started to go towards, or is this still more of a just because I've seen some really elaborate dioramas.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing anything like that for your creative photography, or is it kind of like an off the cuff fun type deal?
Part of it is like I don't have a lot of space to make dioramas or sets. Last year I did a 365 day thing because I was using my toy photography as a way to cope. It was a way to in 2019 there was a couple of tragedies that happened in my family, and I was just
It was just hard.
Basically, it was just hard.
Yeah.
And toy photography for me, even before that, was always like a way for fun.
Yeah.
It was like something that made me happy. So
Sure.
in the beginning of 2020, basically January 1st, this was my New Year's resolution. I'm going to take 15 minutes out of my day to do something fun for me, which is toy photography.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah.
So if you notice, so if you look back before 2020, I was not taking them as consistently.
Yeah.
I was just taking the toy photography, 1 or 2 a
Right.
month, or a few. Whenever I saw an opportunity, I would take the picture. Then when I decided I'm going to do this 365 thing, it was more of like, what am I going to do today?
Right.
And so I would just take the figures that I had, and people had been giving to me because I was doing it for a while. I got a bunch for Christmas and my birthday and stuff. And so I was taking those figures, and then I was just taking pictures. But I do these really quick sets. It's basically like guerrilla. I would describe it as guerrilla photography, where I'm not planning out something so much as I'm like, oh, I see the light here at this doorway, so I'll put Batman there, because Batman in a dark silhouette is just dope.
Right.
Like, or like, oh, I see some buildings, I can like swing Spider-Man here.
By the way, I loved that shot.
That picture is in New York.
That was sweet. I loved that. That was really great.
That was one I actually planned. I knew I was going to New York for my cousin's graduation. I was like, I gotta bring Spider-Man. Peter Parker is gonna be
Producer, can you get that back up on the photo rolls? I think it's up there.
Peter Parker is gonna legitimately be swinging down Queens. I'm just like, this is a thing that I'm gonna be doing. And so like I planned it out. I kind of looked around, and I was walking around New York City with this Lego Spider-Man going like, can I get this angle at this like building? And I'm sure people are like, what is this person doing? Just like, because when you're taking a picture of Lego, it's so tiny. So people don't know what you're doing. They just look at, oh, there's this weird person lying on the ground, or like, what are you pointing at in the sky, or whatever that is. So that was one that I had planned out, but I usually am not planning my thing. I would like to do dioramas, and I am starting to get like, thing about, because it's Lego, you always have to get something smaller than if you want to put Lego in sand or grass. For example, the grass is always bigger than the Lego. So you have to actually use like moss or something for it to get to look like actual grass to a Lego. With toy photography, like you were saying, it's always about like the scale. If you have NECA or Nendroids, which are a little bit bigger, and then they have big heads, but they're like smaller than like Funko, then Funko, you can get like, you can kind of put them in your kitchen, and it kind of still looks like, they fit in an environment. If you back up your camera and use forced perspective, like they did in like the Lord of the Rings, to get the hobbits to look like they're sitting next to Gandalf on a table, you can do that kind of stuff with your like Hot Toys, because they're a lot taller. And Lego is not particularly articulated. There's only like 7 points of articulation, so you're not really getting cooler poses, I guess.
Wait, 7? Okay, hold on.
The head moves.
Yeah, the head, the shoulders, the wrist. That's the wrist. I forgot about the wrist. Okay.
And then
Okay, so that makes there. Yeah. 7.
A little bit more, I guess. I guess you could say 5 if you're.
Oh no, you're right. I just always forget about the fact that their wrists do move, because it's been a while since
I try not to mess with those things, because
it's
end
hard
up
to get
pulling them out
in.
and then losing them when I was a kid. Like that was the worst, losing their hands.
Yeah. But there are plenty of other toy photographers who are much better at set building than me, but I tend to not do that because I'm low on time. And also, while I'm good at Photoshop, I tend to not want to spend a lot of time editing. So I take a lot of my photos are in camera. I try and do everything in camera, so I try and get the flight in camera too. Like, I'm trying as much not to have to edit stuff out.
No, and like I said, I appreciate that. I like the fact that, like you said, you went to New York, you knew you were going to New York, so you had Spider-Man with you.
Yeah.
I think doing it with Lego makes it so much easier, because it's like, okay, I'm not going to take any of my Hot Toys anywhere. They're going to stay at my house.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like with Lego, it's like, okay, I got a bag. put all my Legos in this bag, and I
Yeah.
got my phone or my camera, and I'm good.
Yeah, they fit in your pocket. So predominantly before 2020, I was just using my cell phone to take most of my pictures. And then I was like, I probably should just start using my camera. I don't know why I hadn't thought of it before, but it was one of those things where you just don't consider it. And then I was like, why haven't I been doing this the whole time? You can get so much better, like, bokeh in the background or, like, focus more on whatever you want. The good thing about using your phone is that it's always in your pocket and it has infinite focus. So you can get whatever you are at, like, you can get the background as well as the toy, especially the Lego. It's all in focus. So it's
Right.
good for those kind of, like, you want to travel to a place and then you want to get, like, wherever you're at in the background, then you could, use your phone.
Okay, so the producer is gonna he's gonna play the video with some of the pictures that we were talking about.
Okay.
Just replace not this one, but press the next button. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So there's the Batman in the shadow.
Yep, that's in my apartment.
That was in your apartment?
Yeah, that's basically
Was that it?
No, it's longer.
yeah, that one's in my apartment.
Okay.
So that is the light coming through the window.
I mean, that looks really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're looking at that.
Yeah, so that's the light. I was so excited that I got this photo because it's very hard to get Lego figures to stand on carpet.
Oh yeah.
And this reminds me of Batman, like, dark comics, or like the Detective Batman, like comic, whatever.
Detective Comics, yeah.
Yeah, Detective Comics,
Yeah.
like that like cover. That's what this reminded me of when I saw it. I was like, I need to put Batman here.
Now, some of the culture junkies in the chat are responding to some of these texts, these messages, and she is really talented. She's doing a really creative job with a lot of these photos, and we're gonna show some more. But like this one, you know what I thought of when I saw this scene? I thought of remember that scene with Keaton when he was in the library and,
I know
and the
ex-
bat signal came on.
I know exactly
Yeah,
what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he stood up. That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah,
when I looked
I
at
get
that.
a lot of influences from the movies and obviously the TV and like the culture junkies sort of like stuff that I love.
Right.
And when you see it, and then you can just recreate it, and they don't move, like they barely move. It's not a person, so you can just put it wherever you want, and it can be anywhere. You can be in your kitchen and take like a picture that kind of looks like you're in the Death Star, just because like of the reflection of like your kitchen knives. You gotta try it. Just take your toys, dude. Like McDonald's, anything, whatever. You try it. Use your phone. It's amazing. And then just check out Instagram and find those toy photographers. There's plenty of places to find people, and everyone's always so forthcoming with like.
Yeah, there it is. There it
Yes.
is. The Spider-Man shot that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Look at that. That looks really sweet. That's almost like out of a comic book.
So I went to New York City to visit my cousin when she graduated from school, and my sister is holding I basically made her stand in like a square, and she's holding the web, and
Okay.
and then I'm taking a picture of it, and I was like, we have to do this. Like
That is really well done. That is
this
so
was
cool.
like this was on my like itinerary. It wasn't
Yeah.
like visit the Statue of Liberty. It was like
It was like literally take a picture of Spider-Man.
take a picture of Spider-Man in New York.
That's awesome.
Like, and if I had other like figures with me that I would have thought of like when I was in New York, I probably would have taken more. But it was one of those like if this is the only one I get,
Yeah.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Some of the other pictures I took on the trip, if you check out my Instagram, is like a figure in Chinatown.
That's dope.
This is Thor's.
The Thor's hammer. Like
yeah.
literally just sitting in a crack in the sidewalk.
Yep. Yeah, it is a crack in the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And I was like, this crack. I took this picture, I think, after after Endgame.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And it
Okay.
was like, I like saw the crack and I was like, Thor's hammer's gotta go right here. So
Okay.
I'm like running into my apartment. I'm like telling my husband, I'm just about to get Thor's hammer and then run back out.
Okay.
I put the hammer on the crack. There's like a few, and I was like, this one looks really cool, so I'm gonna put it at this one. Yeah, and then snap the photo.
So talk to me about and D, I know you haven't really had a chance to say anything, so I want to throw it to you in a minute. But no, that's
worries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're speaking of is the creative juices when they just start flowing. Like
Yeah.
when something inspires you and just hits you.
Yeah.
You just have to do it at that moment. Someone not too unlike a painter or even an artist.
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit.
It's one of those, because this was part of the 365, so it's just like you kind of have to hash out your ideas like immediately on the day. A lot of times I don't plan my photos unless it's like I know that Star Wars Day, May the 4th.
Okay.
I knew I was gonna take a Star Wars picture.
All right.
Like some of those I'm thinking of in advance. Other ones I'm just like, whatever I have, I'll just take a figure and then I'll kind of bring them around and see like, what I want to take a picture of, and then, take it. It's one of those, I'm just very inspired by, obviously that is inspired by, Avengers, but then, and a lot of my stuff is based on like comic books or TV or movies.
That's cool. Because, like, we got one up on the screen right now, obviously from Back to the Future 3.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people in the chat saying that everything that you're seeing is dope. Somebody's saying it'd be dope if she had Iron Man trying to pick it up, but
Thor's
trying
hammer.
to pick
Oh
up the
yeah,
Thor's
okay,
hammer.
yeah, I'll
Hammer.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
I'll do, yeah.
See there, Considious, you're contributing
go.
to the cause. Good job.
Considia 75, look out for that picture in a few days then.
Yeah, check out. I put her Instagram in the chat, so you guys check out her Instagram. I've been following her Instagram for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I've always appreciated the picture because that's one of the things I like is when people put toys in, and it doesn't matter what kind of toys, but like
Right.
make them come alive. I like the
Yeah.
Lego ones a whole lot.
Yeah.
The one that I didn't see recently that I just saw now that I think is probably one of the best ones, I wish we could put it up there, is from God darn it, why is that word just dropped out of my head? I want to
have
say
no
Insidious.
idea.
It's not Insidious. It's Inception.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Inception one, because that was my favorite scene of that movie.
Oh, it's in the hallway.
Yeah.
Check it out on my Instagram. I also put a video up on my IG Live on how I created that photo. So basically,
okay.
how I
Nice.
took that picture is I looked up the screenshot of the actual hallway, and from the assets that they have about the movie, and then I put it up on it's on my desktop as the photo background, and then I use sticky tack, stuck the guy on the computer, and then stick your camera right behind it, and then take the photo. And then it's basically lit with flashlights because I was demonstrating that you can take toy photography with whatever you have. It's just 2 flashlights, and then to diffuse it, it's just like paper towel covering it up, and then the flashlights are being held up by my PS4 controllers.
I find all of this so incredibly
It is.
fascinating because it's like
It's too.
when you look at the finished product, you have no idea what goes on behind the
I'm
scenes
gonna
to
put
make it
that
look
one
like
in
that.
the
Yeah,
chat.
so talk about this one.
Oh yeah, so this was like a dream photo that I wanted to take for a long time. So I'm part of this blog and also this Instagram page called toyphotographers.com. They've got a blog where they put tips about toy photography, and then they have like a podcast.
Okay.
Which it's wherever you find podcasts.
Right.
And that group of people they have like a group on MeWe where they do these challenges and stuff. And on toyphotographers.com, they've got this thing called the 6-image narrative. And basically you just take 6 images and then you try and create a story. And we did like I have a 6-image narrative in mind, and I was doing all these like love scenes from movies, but like the scenes in a movie that is like, when they finally say they
Admit
I
it.
love you,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
And
This is clearly Empire Strikes Back.
But clearly this is I love you, I know.
Right.
And I've always wanted to do that photograph, but I always felt like I couldn't do it justice, and so for like years I did not take this photo. And then one of the photographers was like, you should just do it now, because I had taken a photo of like I did Gone with the Wind, I did Princess Bride.
You did Gone with the Wind? Seriously?
Yeah, my aunt wanted me to do this photo of Gone with the Wind, so I did. That was the first photo I did in that series of I love you sort of deals. Even though that's like a frankly, my dear.
I don't give a damn. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, so I did that. I did the Princess Bride, as you wish photo at the silhouette. And then I was like, I got to just do the Star Wars one now. Because he was like, you just got to do the Star Wars one. It's one of your dream photos.
And this one is Indiana Jones?
This was like the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, okay.
But it's
the man with no name.
The man with no name.
Okay.
Yeah. But the background, I think, is from Red Dead Redemption.
Use what you got, right?
I'm pretty sure it's like a Arthur Morgan screenshot.
Okay. No, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's
great.
okay. It looks good.
Yeah. This is like a demonstration of what you can do with the background of your computer.
Okay.
And basically the thing that he's standing on is like a couple of books, and then he's on top of my placemat for your kitchen.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
Make no apologies.
Definitely.
That's one of the things that you will always find in photography and film. You'll be very surprised at what they do to just get the thing in front of the frame, and it looks fine. It looks great.
Yeah.
So.
Because, one of the things that amazed me, and this is going to filmmaking. Yeah. Going back to episode 1 and the pod racing scene.
Oh, yeah.
That whole stadium was all practical. And it was just like, what? They were like, yeah, it was like, that was actual, practical scene. That they built all that. And I was like, what?
I know.
No.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is the New Hope, the vehicle that Luke Skywalker is using to go cross Tatooine. It's got wheels, the speeders.
Oh, yeah.
It has wheels, but then the mirrors are what is it's got mirrors all around the wheels, so it just reflects the sand. And that's how they get it to look like it's hovering.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And I just recently, maybe a week or two, tried to do that with my own Lego speeder. To copy the I tried to see if I could do that in real life. It did not work as well, but it still turned out to be a cool picture.
Nice.
Okay, so Cassidius said that last one. I thought it was Superman kneeling to Lex Luthor. Wait a minute, the Empire Strikes Back one? Oh my God, really?
Oh no!
Oh my God, really?
That's Leia. That's Han Solo about to get, cryogenically frozen.
It's essentially you're seeing it from Leia's perspective.
Yeah.
It's a slightly different
It's a different angle because I was basically that's like a pencil holder.
I was going to ask you to break that scene down.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't imagine what it was all made up of.
So it's the container that holds all the cup holders.
Yeah.
Or the cup coasters.
Yeah.
And then it's got and what's that's standing on top of a wire pencil holder on top of my desktop. And then the background is just basically a blue screen. And then I got lights that kind of reflect red. And then that's about it.
Okay.
Nice.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
So, you were talking about, you don't have a lot of things. If you had a dream diorama, because I've seen some Lego sets. I remember seeing on, I think it was on DeviantArt, someone had done the entire Fortress of Solitude.
Okay, yeah.
Did you see that? Have you ever seen that?
I've seen that.
The entire Fortress of Solitude out of Superman 2. It had
it's insane.
It was insane.
It's insane. It's so detailed.
Yes. It is so detailed.
It's one of those how did you do this?
Exactly.
It's just go check it out. It's so amazing.
It is incredible. If I can find it, I will definitely put it back into. Actually, I think on culturejunkies.net, I think I did do an article on it. I think it was I think I did it 2.
You might.
That's
have.
it. Yeah,
you
that's
might
it.
Have,
That'll has it up on the screen. That's it. That's it exactly.
Very cool.
So no.
King Takeem says you're the toy art MacGyver.
Oh, thank you.
Toy art MacGyver.
I cannot believe you're comparing me to Angus MacGyver because that guy is
Yeah.
No, and you take the stuff and put together. And
yeah, I've never thought of myself that way. So thank you.
That's
Takeem,
very MacGyver. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Tremors. I know this might be weird, but I would like to have a graboid.
Okay.
Because there are no, basically, not even just Lego, but in general, why are there no graboids?
I thought there
why?
were.
They no graboid toys.
I thought
really
Tremors
aren't. There really aren't that many. There's like
Okay.
probably one.
Right.
So, in the scheme of things, everything else has so many toys. Like, why are
Right.
there? Why is there no like?
That is true.
Well, Tremors is still stuck in cult classic mode.
I
though.
guess
Yeah,
it is,
'cause
but there
even
are a
so,
lot of things
yeah.
that are cult classic that have stuff.
You're true. You're right.
Yeah, because
You're
even
right.
the worms from Doom.
Yeah,
Are
worms.
there.
I mean,
So,
come
yeah.
on.
I mean,
yeah.
but it's Doom.
They have Lego.
It's Dune.
No,
Like
Dune.
no, it's Dune.
No, yeah, Dune.
Who
No,
likes Dune?
No, I'm not saying from Lego. I'm just saying just from toys.
Oh, yeah,
in general.
just toys.
Yeah, but who
Yeah.
who likes Dune? Like who cares about them damn?
Okay, okay, this is a
That is-
different
that is-
conversation.
Yeah,
that
you're
I'm
right. That
afraid
is a
to
different
have.
conversation.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to the Dune movie.
I am afraid to have this conversation.
Don't be afraid
Okay,
because the original movies that what is the miniseries that they had?
No,
basically?
the original movie
It was
is
a
a
movie.
movie back.
Should have
back
been a
in the day
miniseries.
Yeah.
with
It was so
Kyle
long. It was boring as hell.
Yeah, that's
Kyle
true.
MacLachlan was
Yeah.
what you call it, Atreus, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And it was just,
It was difficult to watch.
it was
It's
to me it was
long,
difficult
but that
to
book
watch.
is kind of long too. And
Oh, the
Yeah.
book is insane. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
And if Hand of Omega was still here, he'd be all over it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Dare you?
Yeah.
Takeem.
Takeem says, "How dare I? How dare I?
Right.
Yeah.
How dare you?" I
It's-
mean,
it was a very. I tried watching Dune with my dad when I was a
can't
kid.
do it.
Yeah.
And that friggin' Baron dude did scare the crap out of me because I didn't quite understand what the hell was going on with
yeah.
him.
I think
Yeah,
Dune,
there needs-
Dune was just a different thing.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother level of. But yeah, but no, not Dune. I'd like, yeah, Tremors toys. I think graboids and like ass blasters and like.
Did you say ass blasters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ass Blasters. That's
It's from
part of
Tremors.
You haven't
3?
seen Tremors?
No.
Wow.
Tremors is
Oh
one of those-
no!
I mean, I know a lot of people love it, and I
Okay.
know it's called,
Yeah.
and it deserves its cult classic status for a
Yeah.
reason. It was just never something I was
You know,
interested in.
This
Burt
guy
Gummer.
can't watch.
You know what? You
Yeah.
know what?
Bad
Don't
good
don't
movies.
even
You just-
don't
Burt-
even
Burt
bad good
Gummer.
movies.
Yeah, there's
Val,
ton-
Val,
I do watch plenty of bad
Yeah.
good movies. I
Okay.
watch bad good
Tremors
movies.
deserves toys, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess it's because like I've seen so many other things that I'm a fan of that because there isn't that thing that I would like to just have it. I don't know. Really, that's the only one that I've come up with recently
Tremors?
because I was like, I knew someone was gonna ask me this eventually, and because like
I'm proud
because
to be the
I
first.
have there's like I feel like I have what I really want.
Okay.
There's or like that there are toys that exist out there for things that I love already.
Okay.
And so there isn't anything where I'm like this needs to exist.
We need a Burt Gummer toy. He
See,
says.
I told you Burt Gummer. Burt Gummer Day is in April. It's coming up kind of in like a few days.
You got a picture ready for it?
Because there are no Tremors toys and there are no graboids. No, but I will try and do Burt Gummer for
Okay.
Burt Gummer Day.
All right. So a question for you along that same vein, and very on brand.
Yeah.
You do all of your pictures in Legos.
I do.
Have you thought about branching out to doing other types of toy photography?
I have. I have plenty of other toys I would love to take pictures of. I think I had like tied myself basically down by like saying Lego you shouldn't do that. But originally I named it the Perry Lego Adventures because I was taking two figures of me and my husband and our last name is Perry, so that's why it's called the Perry Lego Adventures. And I just haven't because it's called the Perry Lego Adventures, people are giving like Lego and not like other toys. I don't collect other toys because one, when you start going down another path,
Oh, forever it will dominate your destiny.
I mean,
Now, here's the thing, though.
I'm sitting next to.
No, but realistically, like, okay, for example, if in my selfishness and greed,
Okay.
mine would have been called the Miles Hot Toys Adventures in Sideshow, because I would have been like, hey, you guys can start giving me Sideshow stuff.
Yeah.
But no, granted, no, I completely understand what you're saying, though. Once you started on one, as soon as you branch to another one, it's like, oh, dang. Look at all this extra
You just
fun.
can't. Like, what if I start going for Funko or NECA or like, McFarlane toys, Hot Toys? It's just it breaks the bank, and I don't have enough space in my 2-bedroom apartment. So Lego, it fits in a tackle box. It's small, and I don't have to take as much space up.
No, and that's fair. Now, speaking of space, I see you got a brand new something over there that you said you just got
Yeah, so
from one of my favorite companies.
yeah, it's Disney Lego. It's Moana. I basically got this because of the pig.
Wait. So you
Got
literally
it
bought the
because the
whole
pig-
set because it had the pig in there and you needed the accessory.
You could toss everything out and you just want the pig.
Oh, no. Everything else is...
the boat is
yeah.
cool. Moana is cool too, but basically, Hey. No, not Hey. What's the name of the pig? Hey is the chicken, I think.
I forgot the name of the pig.
I forgot the name of the pig right
she's
now.
not a traditional minifig. What is?
She's not. So these are Lego friends. So basically, it's Lego's version of things that girls like.
Oh, come on.
It's called Lego Friends. That's
wow.
like a whole nother. That's a whole nother thing.
So King Takeem actually has a suggestion for you.
Okay.
He says, "How about a Lego man in a cap in front of a wall of guns? Instant Burt Gummer."
Okay,
That's fair.
look out for it then. I got it.
Okay.
I have to go back and watch.
Fallen
this
Marvel
video.
says pig's name was Pua.
Okay, yeah, thank you,
Ooh,
Pula.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, sometimes I'll buy sets or like these little small like accessory packs just for the accessories.
That's fair.
There are not a lot of very cool boats that are, in the bank price range that I would like. That has this is a small one, so I feel like I have space for this. But Lego there are huge sets. I mean, the Coliseum thing is insanely large. So I really got to think about space, and then because Lego is small, and then I don't really, when I'm taking the photos, you don't want to be carrying around a huge Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Could you
what I mean?
imagine
What
that?
can you imagine? You
imagine
drop
that
it.
taking that on a plane. Be
You
like,
drop it, you'd be like Peter Parker after he,
Oh,
Ned
when you drop the Death Star?
the Death Star.
Yeah.
I can't be carrying around a huge Death Star to take a photo of that, even though that would be the coolest thing ever.
Right.
No.
No,
She's like, no.
all the hours required to put it together
Yeah.
would make me leave it where it is. But
I don't work with mini mates. No.
mini mates. Okay.
I don't even know what those are. So
Yeah,
if you
I'm not
what is
familiar.
it?
I'm not familiar
I'm
with that either.
unfamiliar with those.
Cassidius, you're gonna have to
Wait a minute.
elaborate
Is
on that. a little
Lego
bit more.
Mini Mates, maybe?
I've never heard of that.
I never heard
at
of it. I'm gonna
all.
look
Not
it up
not
real
under
quick.
Lego.
Looking it up.
So
Okay.
can you Google it.
All right.
Quick question: Have you been to?
Oh,
have you
there.
been,
Okay.
What is it?
They. What the heck was those other figures?
Micro.
I mean, they
machines?
look like
Marvel
big-
Mini Mates.
Yeah,
Okay.
They look like kind
Oh.
of like bigger mini figs.
Oh
a
yeah,
little bit.
okay.
Oh,
So those are
okay.
kind of similar to the NECAs, right? With the
Yeah,
heads
they're
are a
just-
little bit bigger.
Yeah, they're. I mean, I
Smaller
can't really
than
tell how
Funko.
big that they are, but
Scale wise, yeah.
Scale-wise, I can't tell how big
No,
they are,
but
but-
if you look up my friend,
Mm-hmm.
she works with a lot of those. So check out my page and just kind of check out all the other toy photographers that are on my Instagram, because you'll find people who take pictures of Hot Toys, take pictures of Lego, take pictures of Barbie. Any toy that you think you might like, there's probably a toy photographer out there for you. McDonald's
And
toys.
that's part
Burger
of what
King.
scares me, because if I look and find a good Hot Toys photographer, that's gonna really mess my collection up.
I know,
It's
right?
gonna expand
So,
even more.
speaking of that, right?
I mean-
So the toy collecting, I love building models.
Yes.
As kids, as building a model of the Enterprise, building a model of X-wing, or even
Yeah.
cars, or even Kid. I've still got Kid; he's unfinished, but I need to finish him.
Okay.
I even bought a light sensor just so I could put it in his hood.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
That is cool.
yeah.
You gotta take a picture of it.
I would as soon as I finish it. Anyway, so there's other toy photographers out there,
Yeah.
that do these incredible dioramas. Like there's a YouTuber that I know, it goes by Studio G.
Oh, yeah.
He does. Have you seen him? Does Gundam dioramas and builds. Lights them boys up, gives them custom paint jobs.
Yeah.
These things look immaculate. They look like something that would sell for thousands of
People
dollars.
take things that look so real, it looks exactly like the
Yes.
movie scene.
Yes.
And then you flip over and you're like, that's not a toy.
Right.
How did you do that?
How'd you do it?
Like, you guys think, if you guys think my stuff is cool, I mean, there are other people who I think
Dude.
are, way better than I am.
Amarak is checking out Studio G right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to open it in a new window so he can watch it and still
Right.
be listening
Right.
to this show. But when you look at Studio G and you see the stuff that he's gone through to make
Yeah.
this thing, insane. It's just insane.
Yeah, a lot
It's
of
insane.
toy photographers start out as collectors, and then one day they're just like, I'm gonna take a picture of this and send this to my brother so he can see what toy I got, so he can be jealous. And then you're like,
That sounds like him.
and then you're like, oh wait, let me just move him over here because it looks cooler, and the shadows will fall like, and then you're stuck.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can just take this Iron Man outside and put him in the grass, and he looks like he just fell out of, just whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the fun because
It
because toys they stay, unless something shakes and makes it fall, they stay the way you pose them.
They do.
So unlike people, it's like, look, hold the shot, hold that pose, sweet, and you're still holding the pose, and you can try out a whole bunch of different techniques and photography techniques and all this stuff. Because your subject's not going to just suddenly sneeze or blink or any of the usual problems.
If it's windy, it's hard. So I definitely recommend getting like sticky tack, because that really holds your figures down. So when it's windy and all that kind of jazz, and you're outside,
Don't blow away.
they don't. Yeah. But you can bring them anywhere and use your phone.
That's very true.
Okay,
Go ahead.
and I have questions, but when it comes to your minifigs,
Yeah.
do you have any
Non-Lego.
not non-Lego? Because I'm assuming all the custom. I would say, do you have any custom ones? Because I found a website. I don't remember how long ago.
Is it bricks and minifigs?
It might have been Bricks and Minifigs because they had the Voltron, they had
Yeah.
Alien, they had Predator, they had Jason, they had, and I saw you had a Michael Myers one in there.
I do have Michael Myers.
Is that a legit? Or did you
is
put
a
that one together?
Is a custom.
It's
So there
custom.
are basically a lot of. If you look up custom minifigs, if you Google it, there's like about 3
Oh,
or 4.
I've
so
got
there's
2 of those.
FirestarToys.com.
Okay.
Basically, a lot of them are not in the United States. A lot of them
okay.
are in the UK. So if you're gonna try and ship something, it's usually gonna come from like Japan, the UK,
Oh, wow.
or Australia or something. So there's Firestar Toys. There's like several. FirestarToys.com, Bricks and Minifigs and Me. All of those places do custom, and then there's this guy who's got a Kickstarter where he creates basically like different types of arms. And he's got a new one. I basically
Different
like
arms.
basically a shameless promo for this guy. Crazy Legs, which I'm not getting paid for, by the way. But this is he's got a Kickstarter and it's called Crazy Legs. And like basically it's like Lego, because you can't bend the Lego legs. So like he's got these legs and these arms that like bend in ways so that you can get that like cool superhero pose. The landing Captain America.
Nice.
Because a lot of times people will take those pictures and they'll take the leg off to get it to look like he's kneeling. Right. So I've done that a while, like some, but like these ones, you just don't have to do that.
Right.
So there's like all these different kinds of extra things like or accessories that you can just get. Lego doesn't sell weapons. So if you're looking at because they have, they're geared towards children.
Right.
So they don't have any guns. They don't have any guns, or they only have things from the past like knives.
Yeah, I
Or
remember.
like
And
spears
swords.
and stuff and
yeah.
swords. But they don't have any modern weapons.
Yeah, they had space ray looking guns.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff
they
like
don't have
that.
any
No
like
modern. stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want those kind of stuff, then you have to go look for somebody who's printing like World War II weapons. for
Yeah, I
example.
found some
Okay.
of those.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. All right. It's 9:45. We typically do the power is yours around this time, so let's go ahead and hit it.
All right, we're gonna let the chat. Have
Where's
at
Zamora?
it.
Like,
Here
where's
we
Zamora? I
go.
know he's gonna fire it off. Like, where is he? I'm expecting him to say
Oh,
something.
he beat me the last time with the Nick one. I was like,
It's like
I
he
had
has
my-
it locked and loaded,
I had
ready to
it-
go.
I had my question locked and loaded, and his popped up right before me, and I was like, no. I was like, dang it.
No, it looks like he's not ready. But King
Yeah,
Takeem gave us a
King.
nice compliment. Man, this is why I love Culture Junkies. I never even knew about this.
Yeah, man. That's why I wanted to come on. Just because, like, I know a lot of people collect their toys, but they don't think about this. But it's a kind of a niche thing. but there's a lot of them out there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was very surprised when I found that stuff of how many custom ones that were out there. It just started to blow my mind. And then I got lost and found like people who make not just custom
Yeah,
Lego
they make custom
minifigs.
dioramas.
Yeah, well, they were actually real looking guns
Yeah.
that were Legos
Yep.
with like a Beretta or
Yep.
friggin'
Oh wow.
all this other stuff, and then tanks, and then like,
Yeah.
wow, this is crazy. Going down the rabbit holes, like my
There's-
Lego collection
there's
was
chess
just
sets. There's like this guy, Brick Mini Official. He makes chess sets and nano figures. And then there's like any Lego figure you would want that they haven't made.
I wonder if they got any Lego PlayStations.
Okay, that's a good question.
You know they got the
Lego
Lego, the
PlayStation.
Nintendo, but Lego PlayStation.
Okay, Minority Game says any Lego figure you would want that they haven't made.
She
just said Tremors though.
I did say Tremors, but that was just in general for toys. Yeah. I would like Lego didn't make the pink Power Ranger. They just made like the red one.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
They only made one Power Ranger?
They only made one. They basically only made Jason
That's
from Mighty Morphin, and so like I would like to have the other ones like yellow and pink. Like I just would like to have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I think that would be cool as a Lego.
Oh, okay. Just the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, not like the
Like
50
Wild
other-
Force,
other
no,
ones.
specifically
original.
your Mighty
Book.
Morphin.
Yeah.
Like you only have Jason. Why did you just make Jason? Anyway, but yeah,
Okay. That's a fair question also for Minority Games. Do you like Lego video game series? And if
I've
so,
played every single one of them.
Oh wow.
okay.
Some are obviously better than others.
Some are better than others.
Yeah.
Really?
Indiana Jones is a great one.
Indiana Jones was really good.
I mean, okay.
Harry
okay.
Potter.
I have to back that up real quick.
Sorry.
Okay.
Because
Star
I
Wars.
haven't
Yeah.
played a whole bunch of them. I have
Okay.
the Batman one on this laptop right here. I have a Star Wars one on my Xbox.
Okay.
And what I have played of them, they seem very much similar to each other, meaning it's like a beat 'em up game with the theme of whom you're playing with. So what
Yeah.
makes
Right.
one better than the other?
The character designs. What you can do as certain characters, and then how they would create the level around, what that character can do. For example, in Lego Indiana Jones, when you're playing Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Maybe is it Temple of Doom? Yeah, when you're playing Temple of Doom, no, maybe the first one. Marion, she's a woman, so she can jump higher, and so you would use her to do like all the things, like the acrobatic sort of stuff, and like scream and stuff. And then Indiana Jones got his whip, and then, for example, you can use short round to. Not in that one, but like you can use short round to crawl through things because short round's small.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, we got a question out of the chat from Takeem. He said he got 4 kids
Okay.
to feed. No, he got 4 kids, so he might have missed this. What is the hardest photo to pull off that you've nailed?
That's a great question, man.
So some of them are hard for different reasons, and some of them don't necessarily need to be as hard as they end up being. Like if it's windy outside, like that one's hard. The Thor's hammer one was really hard because it's just Thor's hammer on the ground, so it's really hard to get that kind of focus on something. Balancing. I took a picture of Hedwig in a tree. Hedwig, the Harry Potter owl.
The owl.
That one in a tree, and it was pretty high up, and I kind of climbed on the tree, and then I had to get down to like take a picture of it.
Oh wow.
And then it kept falling down because the tree isn't flat. And I didn't have anything with me, and when I had the idea, I was like, I'm just going to take this picture here. So that one was pretty hard to do. Anything you do with water is difficult. And because you're always afraid of losing your toys.
Oh
but
yeah. I was gonna ask that question. It's like, have you lost anything
I
trying to get a
haven't
picture?
lost anything
That's good.
because I try and keep it safe. Fireworks is usually used for explosions,
That's fair.
like
Alright.
sparklers. And when I mean fireworks, I literally just mean sparklers because you don't need anything huge to
Yeah.
create something to look big.
I know
in
we
the
plus
background.
we all blew up GI Joes.
When
we were
Stranger
younger.
Things came out, I was very excited about that one. So like that is one that is like a thing that I wanted to have that came out.
That's cool.
Looney Tunes just dropped recently, and so like those are cool.
They got Looney Tune Legos?
Yeah,
I think they dropped.
they just dropped that
Space
two
Jam.
days ago.
I didn't even see those.
Like a week ago.
Yeah, those
They're
dropped to be in
the
time of Space
blind
Jam.
bags and stuff of the Looney Tunes.
Oh, they're blind bag figures.
Yeah, Harry. Yeah, but you can just feel the bags, so you know.
I get it.
They've been doing
That's-
that for a while because
I know.
I managed to. I do have a little collection of Legos. I really wanted a genie Lego, and I got a Minotaur. It was those blind, bags. Let's see. What do you say? Nada says, what I don't get is these companies expect little kids to be able to build a whole entirety of Hogwarts. Well, that's what their parents are there for. Because like if I had kids like me when I was growing up, personally, I built all my stuff. I didn't have my parents. I had police station, fire station. I had airports. I had like a whole entire town in my basement. It was freaking awesome. But if these kids can't follow these, I find them simple directions. Your parents will pretty sure love it, because if I had kids with the Legos that they have now, gosh, I'd be all in.
It's so the thing about Lego is they have a large group of what they call AFOLs, which are adult fans of Lego. And so with those, a lot of the bigger sets are geared towards them, with the idea that you buy them saying you're going to buy it for your kid and then probably you build it yourself.
Of course.
Okay.
Or it's like a thing that you would do together. What is your rarest figure? Okay, so I have a lot of Lego figures that are like worth a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah. So if
Okay.
But I didn't buy them like that, and then they just ended up being worth a lot. Probably one of the ones that's worth the most would be, it's a Hagrid from Harry Potter, but it's from the Harry Potter sets from like 2000.
Oh wow.
That from like 2000. That one is like kind of rare, and it's like worth a lot.
It's approaching antique status.
Yeah, some of the other ones are more expensive just because like they didn't make as many in the blind bags. But I think that is probably the like one of the most rare ones I have. My favorite one is I don't know. There's so many. Spider-Man.
Can't go wrong with
Do
that.
you have a Miles Morales Spider-Man?
I do.
She does?
I took a picture of the Miles Morales
Oh, I
one.
must have missed that. What about Spider-Gwen?
I don't have Spider-Gwen, but she looks so cool.
Her Ghost Spider outfit, and that's her actual name, by the way.
Yeah.
Ghost Spider.
Spider?
Ghost Spider.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the hood?
Yes.
It's Ghost Spider. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Did I watch Lego Masters? I did. I actually know a couple of the people on Lego Master.
You do?
I did know them before they were on Lego Master.
Okay.
And then so it was actually, So I knew that they were going to be on Lego Masters, and that was the reason why I watched it.
Okay.
That's cool.
But I just knew, I don't know them personally. It's just one of those like.
Oh, you just knew of them.
Because,
Okay.
No, because Toy Photography.
Right.
We message back and forth.
Oh, okay.
So like we're online friends, but I've never met them
Got
in
you.
real life.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. Quick question before another one pops up
Sure.
that I would like to know. Have you ever been to downtown Disney, just outside of Disneyland?
I have been to Downtown Disney.
And you've been to their awesome, massive Lego store, I would
really
imagine.
have, but it was before I took Toy Photography.
Oh.
And so, like, it's really a shame that I didn't do that beforehand. The other thing is, like, did you know that you cannot go to inside the Legoland part of the Lego store if you are an adult by yourself?
Yep, I did know that.
You
and
need
that's
to be-
Oh,
shame.
you have to be
have
with a
kid.
child. Yeah, you have to be with a child. I
Have to
remember
have a
hearing
kid
about
with
that.
you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is
Understandable.
It's
understandable,
insane, but
it's
that's pretty cool.
Not cool for me,
Yeah.
but it's understandable.
all you need to do is just borrow some kid.
I do.
So, because how many
There you
parents
go.
do you see, GQ, that are dying to get rid of their child for a while? Just find a kid, say, hey, I'll take him off your hand. He can go with me to Legoland.
Legoland's expensive, though. I ain't paying for nobody's kid.
Yeah,
No,
you gotta bring your own
they
money.
They can bring their own money.
I
That's
have-
fine.
you
But
know-
just take the kid.
You
That's
know,
all.
if you buy a Lego set, then you get a free ticket for the kid.
Okay, check this out. You already know. You know how much Lego sets are. That's more than it's costing a ticket anyway.
That's really true.
They know what they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You only have to buy like the poly bags that are like $5.99 at Target.
Because City of 75 says, I think that's illegal. I mean,
It might
it's
be.
only illegal if you get
It
caught.
just might be.
It's only illegal if you get
I
caught.
remember the first time I went there because I was, I visit California as often as I can.
Yeah.
Obviously not lately, but I went in there like just to see the way they had it set up. Like they had a huge, full size Lego thing
Yeah, they have
from
dragons
oh,
and everything.
yeah, the dragon
Yeah.
from Sword in the Stone. They had like the genie from Aladdin. They had Hulk, full size Hulk built up out of Legos. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is insane.
Full size
Insane.
Lego Trooper.
Insane.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Insane.
and of course,
Just
the
scared.
enormous like bin of just minifigs and just
Yeah.
stuff.
That's what I was going to ask you. Why don't you do stuff with Duplos?
Because I don't have any Duplo.
Why not? That's discrimination. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it is.
Duplo is big.
I know. I
Duplos
know.
are big. I don't have any Duplo. It is discrimination, but I'm
Yeah.
also discriminating against like other toy lines.
Yeah, exactly.
In a way. Yes,
In a way.
In a way.
I have taken one Duplo picture.
Okay, really?
Yeah, because I was at my niece's house and she's got Duplo.
She got Duplos.
Okay, hold on. There was one thing I saw at Best Buy. I don't know if it was Mario. I know it's Mario, but I don't know
yeah.
if it was. Are they Legos?
There's Super Mario Lego, and
Okay.
you
Yes.
can. It makes basically the mushroom noise.
Oh yeah,
And,
they
like,
make sounds. But
they
here's
make-
What?
here's my
That's wild.
suggestion. Then this is where Duplo could come into play. If you want to do Little Big Land, you can use Duplo
You're
with
right.
Mario
Yeah.
because then that way it's the much bigger scale blocks to that little small regular.
See, look, there you
Mario
go.
big-
Because City of
big
75 says I have a 15-year-old for rent.
for
Can you
rent.
go in there with a 15-year-old?
That's still technically a minor.
No, you have to be 14 and under.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
see?
that's fine.
Nope, deal's
I
off.
think I started growing a beard around 15 years
Yeah.
old.
See,
So it was
deal's
like,
off.
I
Can't,
think
can't
it's
get
14 and under. I didn't. Sorry.
it. No, that's cool.
Duplos they have some cool Duplo now though, because they got like all the Avengers and all the DC, which they didn't have before.
yeah, gosh.
He said he's short though.
Oh,
Hey, you know what?
That's funny.
They ain't gonna card no kid. As
probably
long as
not
if he
gonna
can
card.
pass for 14,
That's true.
then okay, there you
That's
go.
Hilarious. No, yeah, I always cause when I was a kid, I always thought Duplo was like rip off Lego, not knowing it
Me
was the same
too.
company.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, Duplo are like Mega Blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mega Bloks is I wouldn't say rip off, but
Mm.
they're different. What you call it? But so many, even Nintendo had their own Legos back in the like 50s or 60s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe 70s. I don't know because I don't have Nintendo Legos.
Yeah. All right, it's 2 minutes till the show ends, but Sabrina, great,
Thanks for
great to have
having me.
you
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, this
Thank
is
you
fun.
for
It's been
coming.
awesome.
This is fun. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going to be the last time.
I
You're going to come
expect
through.
everyone to like take some Lego or toy photos and then tag me.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That's actually a
absolutely.
great
Tag me in
idea.
your
That is-
photos.
that
I'd
is
love
definitely
to
a
see
great
them.
idea.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do with your kids too.
Okay.
Hashtag what?
Yeah, you can do hashtag the Perry Lego Adventures and then underscore Culture Junkies.
That's so long.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that is really long.
That's a little long. Yeah, that's a little long.
If you think of a cool one,
We'll
you know,
workshop it.
Hashtag the Perry Lego Adventures,
We'll
just so I can
workshop
see
it.
it. You can tag me in it. Culture Junkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Number
that
one's
makes sense.
like
Toys.
number one's like the gang's all here, even the double girls in the background.
That's
Yeah,
she is.
She's our
She is.
producer.
You might as well wave hi. Yeah, she's our producer, so yeah, no, she's always in the house. But you know, it's great to have you here, Sabrina. Thank you for rejoining us.
Yeah,
So,
this was fun.
next week is going to be a great show,
food related.
food
We get to
related.
eat.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about cereal, our favorite Saturday morning cereals and everyday cereals.
Oh no, that's gonna be weird cereals.
It is
Weird
gonna be
new
weird.
cereals. I'm gonna
Weird
be
new.
Oreos.
Besides, oh yeah, the Oreo.
Oreo O's.
Yeah.
I've never liked those.
I didn't either, but like they're just cool.
Yeah. No.
I love
yeah,
the
no.
s'more cereal.
So we're gonna be doing Cereal Time. Super Nerd Plus will be in studio with us.
That's awesome.
The remotes will be back next week. Fallen Marvel and King Amarak. Hopefully they'll have their own cereals to be eating
Well,
as well.
that's the price of admission. You gotta have some cereal.
Absolutely. So we expect everybody at home to have their own cereals too. Before we bust out, also an extra item incentive before GQ gets to our Patreons. If you would, here's an incentive for you to subscribe to the channel. at the end of the month, every month, we're going to be starting to do giveaways to our subscribers just to give back to you guys that all have supported us as Culture Junkies. So if you have not supported yet, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button with, that Amazon Prime. It's free. Might as well just go ahead and dividend, contribute to your favorite channel. And speaking of contributors, GQ.
I mean, if you want to, while you're already in the giving mood, if you would like to join our Patreon and become a supporter on Patreon, for as little as $1 a month, you can support a Culture Junkie. Some of those other extremely greedy places are $1 a day, so that's quite a bit. So, but you can be like our awesome Culture Junkies level patrons: DeMarcus Smith, Fab Nerd Life, Nanette, and the Iguana Man. They are Culture Junkies level patrons. They get a shout out on all of our live shows.
Look at that.
And what?
We got
Number one, just subscribe.
Wow,
Look at
number
that.
one.
Look at that.
Look
at that, number
Appreciate
one.
the
Thank you, man.
subscription. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh,
One last thing.
One
go
last
ahead.
one
'cause
more
we have
thing.
One more thing. We
Yeah.
haven't been talking about this enough.
Catch you on the brick side.
CultureJunkies.net/merch. We have T-shirts.
Yeah, they are pretty dope.
For you guys.
Yeah, like that shirt.
This one right here, excuse the microphone, the Culture Junkies and the model of the
Mutants.
the mutant
Mutant
reptiles.
Culture Junkies. Yeah, there you go.
The mutant shelled
junkie shirt.
reptiles.
Yeah, the mutant
So
junkie
you
shirt.
guys go ahead and there's other shirts on there and more to come, and the link is in the chat. Check us out. Thanks.
Oh, you know what? We do Minority Games a onesie. We did say we were going to give him a onesie.
onesie?
A onesie. He needs a onesie for his kid. So you know what? This weekend I'll actually get him a onesie.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'll get him a
I
gender
don't
neutral.
have children, so
I'll get him a gender neutral onesie, just a white one, right? And then
babies do not work with white, dude.
Hey, man,
you have to
look,
figure out a different color.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get what he really wants. It's not like them onesies gonna come in red or green or something like that.
You better
It's gonna be white.
You better go where I shop.
They don't sell baby clothes when you shop.
Yeah, they do. You don't even know where I shop.
Oh my God. Anyway, so one more time, I want to thank Sabrina for coming in and joining us on the show. We hope you had a great time enjoying the show. And yes, Cassidius, we are still on Spotify. You can find us there, and also listen to Let's Go Anime on Spotify. So for those of you that have enjoyed the show, we want to hope you will come back and join us next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, for Culture Junkies Live. I'm your host, Kenshiro, for my good friends GQ and the great Datakuji. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great one.
Good night, everybody.
What's the time zone in, like, I don't know, Spanish Harlem or something?
Oh, it's
What?
it's like 2.
Isn't that kind of random? Like what?
Spanish.
Harlem
Spanish
Spanish
Harlem.
Go
What?
Teen Witch reference.
You talking about Spain? Or you talking about New
No,
York?
Spanish Harlem, New York.
Well, it's the
It's the
same time as
same.
It was-
us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kenshiro didn't know that.
I mean, just like, but why? Like Spanish Harlem. So what?
I don't know. I mean, if everything is awesome can throw you off, Spanish
Every-
Harlem.
that was so funny.
I mean, I was getting ready to start talking, and then everything is awesome, and I'm just like, I
Everything
hate
is
you.
cool
Like, why
when
would
you're
you do
part of
that?
The team.
Yeah, what-
everything is
why
awesome.
would you do that?
You know
We
what's
can
a
live
really
your
underrated
dream.
like version of that song is the one from Lego Movie 2 when he starts singing about how
Oh, dude,
like,
I couldn't
when
do like a movie.
No, it's just the song. Like the best